friends, family, people we don't know, and I think that's about covers it. Welcome back, Sammy and Marissa's husbands. Another episode. It's Sunday night, a little later than we usually do it. Um, I had to quickly make dinner, and I had a little hiccup because I ran out of propane. I was grilling some chicken thighs, and then I go out to check on them to flip them, and then all the temperature is at zero. So I guess I ran out of propane after the
Propane.
propane ran out of propane after the first flip. So I had to bring it inside, and it kind of killed my schedule. But it'd be like that. Agenda, we'll do lives of recent athlete, a special segment, which is probably somewhat anticipated. We've been talking about doing a Thanksgiving draft for a little bit. We're gonna knock that out today. So just another one in the win column for this guy. Talk some sports, some random questions, Pat's peeves, and closing comments as always. So, as always, what's been up? Tell me about your life.
Typical work week, Tuesday through Saturday. Friday night, went to the movies. Marissa and Rachel and Jalen saw Wicked. I don't know if you've seen anything about that.
Yes and no.
Basically, the Wizard of Oz from the perspective of the Wicked Witch, but like before the events of Wizard of Oz.
Sounds interesting. They like it.
Yeah, they really loved it. I didn't go see it. Me and Kevin went to see the new Venom movie.
I was hoping you went and saw that Gladiator movie.
I'm gonna be seeing that this week probably.
Interesting. I just don't. Is it like the same story?
What, the Gladiator?
Yeah, just with different characters.
It's gonna have some connection to the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, Saturday worked, and then a guy I work with just recently turned 21, so he wanted to go out to Carolina Beach, and it was my aunt's birthday, so we went out to Sea Witch at 7, and then those guys met us out there around like 8:30. Then we just had a big group and partied. West had to work at 7 a.m. on Sunday.
Nice.
Uh, we got pretty bombed.
Yeah, it looks like you guys got a little swifty.
Yeah, my aunt threw up outside of Beach Bums.
Love that. Which aunt? Lisa?
I, I, not Lisa. I will not disclose the name for privacy reasons,
It's all good.
but she was puking.
I love to hear it. If it wasn't the one with an L, I can kind of narrow it down, but you know.
And then we usually hit the dive and then do like the late night food thing at the dive.
Yeah.
But Allie wasn't working and Allie wasn't with us. So there's a place right next to Beach Bums called Hooks. It's like a hot dog place.
Interesting.
Could be a new option because they had like chicken quesadillas too. It was pretty solid.
Okay. And open late.
Yep. And
Interesting.
I think it was like 12:30 when we were there.
Good food.
Good hot dog.
I
And
mean, everything would have been good at that point, probably.
yeah, I was, you know, fighting consciousness at that point.
Nice. Love that.
My cousin Austin was worse for wear.
I saw some snaps of Austin. He looked like he's seen better days than that night.
Yeah, I saw him this morning and he was pretty rough.
Oh, the kid, man, the kid.
Good kid, can't hang though.
Kid's not much of a kid anymore.
Shit, he's 25.
Shit. We're getting old, bro.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
It sure
What you
is.
get into?
Uh, Kind of an atypical work week for me. Decided to take Friday off just because kind of wanted to. And we're at a weird time at work right now that not really a whole lot of stuff is going on, so stuff like that can happen. Um, I actually had to, I got a physical done because I'm trying to go to a couple schools and they require an active physical. And they found this little like freckle on my back, which I mean, I have freckles all over my body. They just said it looked kind of funny. So I went to a dermatologist and they fucking scraped it off. So I have a little hole in my back right now. So they're gonna send it off. Hopefully I don't have cancer. That'd be awkward.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be weird.
yeah, but I mean that's why we get physicals once a year is to like just get shit checked out. You know what I mean? Um, but funny story, I went to the appointment and checked in at the front desk. The black dude was the working the front desk, and I walk up there. I'm like, hey man, I got an appointment at 3, and he's like, looks in his computer and he's like, you look like the third. And I was like, okay, never got that one before. It's kind of a weird statement. And then I was like, yeah, like, I've kind of, or he asked me, this is what he asked me. He asked me, are you going to name your son the fourth if you have a son? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I went by a different name growing up. So, like, I don't know if I want him to have to do that the whole time, whatever. We started talking about that. And he's like, what'd you go by? And I said, Trey. He's like, you can't go by Trey. It's a black name. And I was like, what, what the fuck? Can you say that? But I mean, I guess. And then he asked me where I'm from. And I said, North Carolina. And he's like, what part? And then I was like, Wilmington. And he said, oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm just like, what does that mean? I feel like I'm being judged by this guy. I have a black name, apparently. He doesn't, I
Uh,
mean, spelling it Trey is not really as common. I feel like TRE.
yeah, and TRAE I've seen.
I've seen that as well. Yeah.
I've
Um,
also seen TRAY, but not for names.
yeah. I don't think I've seen a TRAY. I've just had that written on like cups when I get
Yeah,
like a Starbucks drink and I'm just like, really, dude?
food tray.
Um, I made a little bit of a big boy purchase. I bought my first uh, pistol. I bought a Glock 48 MOS, which the MOS just basically means that I can replace the iron sights with like a red dot sight. It's a version that makes that simple. I don't know if I'm going to, but I just wanted to have that option if I wanted, so I got that version. 48's a little smaller than the 19, which is like the kind of the standard Glock. I got the smaller version. It's still the same slide. It just is a single stack versus a double stack, so it carries 10 rounds in the mag, one in the chamber, so 10 plus one. Um, and it's just like a little easier to conceal. And I plan on like concealing it. I'm not gonna be that dude that rocks a holster in Walmart just having a pistol on my hip. You know what I'm saying?
Thankfully, because I support everybody's right to the Second Amendment, do whatever they want to do. It always makes me a little uncomfortable though.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I got my Alabama concealed carry, which has reciprocity in a bunch of states. Um, so that's pretty cool. I gotta figure out how I want to carry it though, because I one of the people I work with brought me a couple holsters because they have the same gun, and to try out and figure out where I want to carry it and all that stuff. Um, there's like the appendix carry, which you carry it like in the front of your waist. Then like towards the back of your right hip is another common place. Uh, but but I don't know because like typically the holster is good with like jeans because shorts and sweatpants and stuff will the weight of the gun will make them fall down. So I got to figure out how I want to carry it because I really don't like wearing jeans. So I got to figure something out.
Just do it. Two sticks doesn't put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Have a
Um,
giant pocket.
yeah, I don't know. I bounced around the idea of getting a couple like there's like I forget what they're called, but it's like almost like a belt that you wear with gym shorts that your holster clips to, and then it goes inside your pants, your waistline, so your shorts just pull up over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna bounce around. I'm gonna try a couple things out, figure out what works best for me, and how I want to carry it. It is weird, like, because I've just been taking it everywhere with me. So like, I went to go play pickup, and it's just in my bag.
That is kind of weird.
It is so. I feel like I'm doing something illegal, but I mean, I didn't take it in the gym, um, even though, maybe that's where I'm gonna use it. But
Probably the place you need the most.
it's because it was like a campus. I don't think you're really supposed to have it on campus.
I feel
Um,
like campuses, movie theaters,
yeah,
airports are like places where like only like law enforcement are supposed to have it.
yeah. So I didn't bring it in there. Sure enough, I would have walked through a metal detector or something like that, and then they're like, "Oh, you have a loaded a loaded weapon." Um, but like, I went to the grocery store and I just had it in my pants.
Well, I have it in my pants when I go to the grocery store too.
Yeah.
Typically,
Your weapon packs a little less punch.
see, that's where you're wrong.
Okay.
Ah,
Maybe we'll, but I bought some rounds that I'm gonna keep in it for like home defense, I guess, and then I have like the rounds that I'll do target practice and stuff with.
what's the difference?
Just the quality of the round. Obviously, hopefully I'll never have to shoot the 25 rounds I got that were a little bit more expensive. Um, ideally they just stays in the pistol, and then when I decide I want to go to the range, I'll just change the mags out.
Makes sense.
Um, and then today I went and played pickup, like I said, at Colorado State University, which because our gym is closed, they have like an event going on type deal. And
Colorado State.
not Colorado State. There is the CSU. It's CSU, so it's Columbus State.
Oh, okay.
I always say Colorado State for some reason. Um, it was decent run. Truthfully, I just wanted to get out and run around, so it did its job. Couple of the guys that I usually play with ended up going, so we had like a good little team. We went like 7-7-0, I think. Um, the people that were playing against us, I definitely think they were like football guys. They looked athletic. They just weren't really skilled. I don't think they played basketball that much. And then there was one guy that I think played for the actual CSU basketball team, just because he was wearing all the gear and he just moved like he plays basketball. I guarded him. He wasn't really doing too much. He was just shooting really deep threes. I think he made like one that I contested pretty good, but other than that, he just like missed like damn near half court threes. Um,
Sounds like that's pretty easy to guard.
yeah, I don't think he was out there like really giving his best effort. But overall, I was slightly unimpressed. But truthfully, like if you're on the school team and you're in season, you probably shouldn't really be going hard at the campus rec center anyway. So he was
Yeah.
probably just out there messing around shooting.
Yeah,
Um,
it could be a red shirt too, though.
very well could have been. Like I said, he wasn't. I mean, he was probably 6'3", just wanted to just jack from really deep. But overall, it was good. Got what I wanted out of it. Um, other than that, just did laundry. I'm studying for a school that I'm going to, Pathfinder School, and you have to take like an entrance exam when you get there. So I'm doing my note card thing, just crunching that out.
God, I hate the idea of doing more school.
Yeah, I mean, it's Army school, so it's not like this is one of the harder academic courses that the Army offers, but it's not the same. It's 3 weeks long. Um, it is, test and PowerPoint intensive, but we'll see. Hopefully I pass. Hopefully I get in. We'll see.
They
But
uh they couldn't possibly turn you away, bro.
yeah, I mean, I'm just a walk-on, so I don't really have a hard slot. I'm just banking on them having some open slots. So I'm just going to show up the day that school starts and be like, "Hey, man, y'all got an extra spot?" So we'll see how it
Is it
goes.
at your base?
It's at my base, yeah. That's why I can do that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Um. So let's uh let's jump into athlete.
All right.
I know that I guessed last week, but since I was kind of pressed for time, you went and took the liberty and got an athlete, so I'll be doing the guessing again. I hope you're thirsty.
And we're gonna do three um like hints, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just pull up my notes here. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
NFL. I'm gonna be a little more broad
Okay.
today because I'm not really in the mood. California, 243 pounds.
243 pounds.
He was born in California.
All right. NFL guy, born in California.
I'll give you
200.
his age so you
Okay.
kind of he's 21.
Okay. So he's in college, born in
No,
California.
NFL.
He's in NFL at 21. Oh, man. I have not a clue in the world.
Good.
243 pounds. So I had a guess NFL California, but it's not who I thought it was because there's no way that dude weighs 243 pounds.
Interesting.
I don't know because my guess was Aaron Rodgers.
No, fuck him. I'll never ever be associated with that fucking asshole ever.
Okay, I don't know. So I'm just gonna go through my process. White guy, black guy,
White guy.
white guy. All right, that throws a wrinkle in it. Offense, defense.
Offense.
243-pound white guy on offense. All right, skill player or lineman? Can't be a
I
lineman.
and I'm pretty sure it's a skill player, but it's like a both kind of situation. You
So
know what I
like a
mean?
tight end.
Tight end. Yeah.
Okay. Um, he's 21, so he's pretty new.
He's a rookie.
Okay. Does he play for a team that's like black and gray?
Yes.
Is it Brock Bowers?
Yes.
Fuck. I would have never guessed that.
I mean, two guesses is pretty good.
Well, I was just thinking rookie tight ends, and he's the most
Yeah.
notable.
I just picked him off my fantasy team.
We will get into fantasy here in a bit. It's not my best week. Um, but another thing I wanted to talk about actually before we get into our draft, me and Sam both did we met with the Army Wellness Center, and they do like it's free. We get to do the bod pod, talk with the nutritionist, all kinds of stuff like that. And um, it was kind of a weird experience. You go in there and you strip down to your boxers, and you get in this tight little like. Have you ever been on a bod pod?
No, I've never done that.
It's
It's a
like
float. You float, right?
No, no, you don't float. You sit in it. It's got like a little seat, and then the lid closes in front of your face, and it's pretty small in there. Um, and then like it does this little like weird noise, and the air starts moving around a little bit. I guess it like measures the volume you take up, kind of, and
Okay.
it tells you like, your first they get your height and your weight, and then it tells them like your actual mass that you're in. And I guess there's some kind of calculation. They give you your true body fat percentage, and it tells you your metabolic rate. They hook you up to all this stuff. Um, so I'm 6'1", which my whole life is a lie because I thought I was 6'2". Um, six.
If
I
you're
mean,
if you're if you're 6'1", I don't think I'm 5'10", buddy.
well, it's. I
And
mean,
I'm
you're in there
and I'm
barefoot.
and I'm 5'10", buddy.
You're in there barefoot, and he's like really pushes that thing down to the top of your head. Um, and I was 202 with like no clothes on. I was in my boxers. Um, 11% body fat, which I was fairly happy about.
Kind of
I-
surprised it's that high.
yeah, I mean, I'm 202, so like haven't really been cutting at all.
Yeah.
He said, generally optimal for males is between 10 and 12. So I'm kind of right where I want to be. I don't necessarily want to be lower. I can be if I want to, but it's not like a goal. And my metabolic rate was like 3,100 calories. So like he's based off like my activity level. He says I burn, no, maybe it's not 31. It was like 28 or something like that. And that's just the amount of calories that I burn just being alive.
Yeah, it's your
Um,
it's your BMR.
yeah. And so he like gave me, we talked about like he's a nutritionist, and we talked about like some goals I had, and I'm like, I don't really want to lose weight. I'd like to, gain some weight up to like 205 is kind of where I want to sit at. 210 I wouldn't be happy, I wouldn't be like mad about. And but like doing all this running and stuff, I don't want to lose the weight. And he gave me the calories I need to
Ugh.
be eating and stuff like that. So he told me I need to be eating some absurd like 3,600 calories a day, which I'm like, I just don't know how I'm gonna eat that much.
That's so much.
Sammy did it too, and her goal is to like kind of just lose a little bit of weight. And it's funny because the discrepancy of how much calories we have to eat is crazy. Like, and she's calling me Mr. 3000 now, which is hilarious.
No. No.
Hey,
I,
she did it. I don't know what to tell
I will not allow
you. Good stuff. But pretty cool process. I think it gives you a really good baseline for where you're at, and I'm gonna do follow-ups monthly so I can really see like, am I not just standing on a scale like, are you gaining weight? It's more like, yes, you've lost weight, however, you've just lost fat, and your muscle mass is staying the same, blah blah blah.
That's pretty cool.
So pretty cool. But let's
That's
jump
not
into
cheap either.
no, it's not cheap, and it's just a free service for me and Sam, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, you might as well take advantage of that.
Yeah, and I'm going to do my VO2 max on January 6th.
Have you ever
So
done that before, a
I
VO2 max
haven't.
test?
I heard it sucks.
They fucking suck.
Yeah, I know.
I had to do that at UNCW. That sucked.
Because it's like you legitimately give like your max effort, right?
Uh-huh. We did ours on a treadmill,
Yeah, this one's a treadmill as well.
and you try and get, I'm not sure. We did so many tests when in an exercise physiology class. Um, I'm pretty sure it's where you get your age adjusted max heart rate is
Yeah,
part of it, 220 minus your age.
right.
So like for us, our max heart rate is around like 190 in theory.
Yeah, I've
And,
been I've been redlining on some of these runs, I'll tell you what.
and that's just like, what you should be able to get to.
Yeah,
So when we were in college, it was 198 and I got mine up to 188 and I thought I was gonna die.
yeah.
It just sucks so bad. And like you're in there with like a bunch of people you don't know in your classes, you're grouped up and you're going as hard as you fucking can. And of course, I'm like grunting on the treadmill. It was so uncomfortable.
Damn.
Yeah, I hated that. And if you ever get a chance to do a Wingate test, uh, do that.
Huh. Okay.
That's worse actually than the VO2 max test.
Interesting. Yeah,
It's like
there's a lot of stuff
how
offered.
much power you can generate on a bike.
Okay.
Like to physically power something.
Yeah.
That's like how it's measured. And I like my like blood sugar dropped like after that test. I had to like go out in the hallway and like splash
God
water on
dang.
myself and shit. Yeah,
Damn. Well.
fun stuff.
All right, let's jump into our Thanksgiving draft. So, I don't think there's tons of rules. We'll each do five. Um, it can be sides, it can be main stuff, it can be desserts. I think we kind of just say be drinks, doesn't matter. And I will let you do the honors of going first
Really?
because you are a bit of an expert in food game.
Okay. All right, take it easy. Go early. All right. I was kind of anticipating going second, to be honest with you.
You can go second, I can
Um,
go first.
yeah, go first.
All right. Without further ado, my first pick in the Thanksgiving draft is mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Interesting.
It might not be everybody's first pick, but I don't want a Thanksgiving plate without mac and cheese on it.
You guys do like a baked mac and cheese?
Yeah, sometimes like crock pot mac and cheese.
I'm gonna I'm gonna just do turkey. I think if turkey falls to you at pick number two, you take it.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, same thing. It's not Thanksgiving without turkey. So I do feel where you're coming from there. I'm more of a side guy myself. So with my second pick in the draft, I'm taking stuffing.
Fair.
Big stuffing guy.
I fuck with stuffing. I am gonna go pick number two, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay. Good pick. Good pick. I mean, staple. Um, pick three. I'm gonna take sweet potato casserole.
Ah, bitch.
Woo-hoo. I love me some sweet tatty casserole.
With the marshmallows and shit.
Got a little marshmallows on the top, maybe a little pecans in there. But I don't discriminate, man. You don't have to have any of that stuff. You can have all that stuff.
For my third pick, this is something that Marissa makes every year that I really like. It's like a green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Like it's got like gravy,
Oh yeah.
the French onion strings on top or whatever.
Yeah, I think green bean casserole is big in Thanksgiving. I think there's definitely going to be some listeners who are going to be like, that was a good pick. Not really my thing, but uh,
I love that shit.
it's better than just eating a plate of green beans. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
All right, with my fourth pick, I'm going to take Hawaiian rolls.
Interesting.
I feel like they're just so good. I can eat it by itself, maybe a little butter on it, or I can make a little turkey stuffing mac and cheese sandwich out of it. And the Hawaiian roll, it's got to be the Hawaiian rolls though, the ones that come in like the orange package. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that comes as like a brick of them.
Yeah, comes a brick of bread. You gotta split those suckers up.
Brick of bread. Hawaii. How the fuck?
Two eyes.
All right, that's what I was thinking. Now this is similar to yours, but I would say it's different. Sweet potato pie
Okay.
with
No, that's definitely different.
with some whipped cream.
sweet potato pie. I'm just not as big on the desserts as as everybody else. I just don't, like pumpkin pie, great. Not really like my thing. I do like pie. I just don't like I don't love the traditional Thanksgiving pies.
Fair.
Um, I'm gonna go with another staple that I think you have to have with Thanksgiving. It's just one of those things, and I'm gonna take cranberry sauce.
Well, actually, mine might be different.
I know you love that cranberry sauce, boy.
And the cranberries are big. Now, is yours like an actual sauce? Because I like the jelly cranberry that comes in a can that you like slice.
Yeah, that's the cranberry sauce.
Yeah, fuck.
That's what I'm talking about. I want that shit.
I was kind of banking on that falling to me at 5, honestly.
Yeah, well, you snooze, you fucking lose.
Mm. Now I gotta now I gotta think. Ooh, I don't know if you guys do this, but we do this every year. Corn souffle.
Okay, yeah, we do like a corn pudding type thing, or like a corn
Yeah.
casserole.
Yeah, basically like a corn. It's like a big sheet
Yeah,
corn.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. You'd be shitting corn for the next 3 days.
Oh yeah. But your body's like, why the fuck did you eat this? I can't digest this. Mm.
All right,
You got
and
any honorable mentions?
yep, quick honorable mention. I don't know if this counts, but I'm gonna do it anyway because we make the rules. This is our draft, and I'm just gonna say leftovers.
Yeah. Yeah, I accept.
I mean, I truly think Thanksgiving leftovers are better than OG Thanksgiving.
That's kind of like all encompassing.
Yeah,
I bet. That's pretty good honorable mention.
yeah, like lunch the next day or even breakfast the next day, just making a little turkey sandwich and just in my Hawaiian roll. Good stuff.
I don't know if I have an honorable mention. I'm trying to think if there's like a Thanksgiving specific drink. Well, I guess apple cider kind of, but
Yeah,
it's more of just like a fall
it's
thing.
definitely fall, but I mean, Thanksgiving is in the fall.
I'm just gonna leave honorable mentions as leftovers. I think that pretty much sums that up.
Yeah. Um, quick question before we do a commercial break. Are you a white meat turkey or a dark meat turkey guy?
I would say I predominantly eat more white meat, but I think dark meat is better.
Yeah, it's tastier.
But I just it doesn't sit as well on my stomach for some reason.
That's fair. Um,
I guess because maybe it's a little fattier.
definitely fattier. Um, it's almost like a chicken thigh versus a chicken breast. The thighs are the
Yeah.
dark meat.
The
Obviously,
skin
turkey
is
is
what I want though.
ooh, that crispy skin.
I love that shit.
Ooh.
I love that shit.
Yeah, I like dark meat better, but there's just more white meat on the turkey, so most of the time you end up eating the white meat.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah,
if you feel like we left anything out, head to the comments.
yeah, head to the comments.
Head to the comments, let us know. You know, we get next to zero engagement on this thing.
Yeah, maybe that should tell us something.
Maybe it's because no one listens.
People just pretend to listen each day, like, oh man,
Hey,
listen to the
pod was
pod.
funny today, bro. All right, cool. Let's head to a commercial.
This is a special shout out to the kid. Learn to handle your liquor. Just get better.
And this message was brought to you by Cousins Anonymous.
Yeah, who said that? Fucking bashing the kid. The kid knows who he is though.
Kid knows.
The kid knows who he is. He knows. He knows he needs to handle his stuff better. Sitting there falling asleep. I saw the snaps.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. But let's jump into some sports. We'll do basketball first. My Tar Heels beat Hawaii 87-69, moving to 3-1 on the season. They played okay. I watched the highlights, didn't watch the game. Um, they're playing Dayton in the Maui Invitational on Monday. Another late game because it's in a weird time zone, I guess. But their game Friday was at 12:30 a.m. So like not gonna stay up and watch a 12:30 a.m. game because that's just crazy. And then their game Monday in the Maui Invitational is at 11:30 p.m. So another game I'm not gonna stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning to watch. But they're doing okay. They're playing all right. Um, and then, I don't know if you have anything to add on Syracuse or anything like that.
Yeah, we had two games in our little tournament that we were in. We played Texas, which was kind of our first big test, and we lost by 4. I mean, we played hard. JJ Starling scored 16 points. And then our next game was against Texas Tech. Another game we fought hard, lost by 5. JJ Starling had 27. So he's picking his play up, especially after that 38-point game he had. Sometimes when you have a big game like that,
Yeah.
you get that you get that big game hangover. So it's nice to
Yeah,
see at least keeping his level of play up.
that's what's up. I don't have too much to add on NBA or anything like that. Uh, I will say that I was watching the in-season tournament. I think it was the Warriors game. I think they were playing the Pelicans. And I think the teams are generally taking the in-season tournament pretty seriously, which is good. I think that means it's doing what it was sought out to do. It almost had the feel of like a playoff game, coming down the stretch and just the defensive possessions that they were really into it, which is fun to watch.
That's nice because when you get the best basketball players in the world, it's nice to see them fucking play hard.
Yeah. And speaking of fantasy, um, I'm probably going to lose the mic this week unless I have some kind of miraculous game today. I was up all week until the weekend, and then my team just decided to shit the bed. So I'll probably be moving to 1-4 on the season.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, sick. Love that.
I am going to win.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So you'll be what, 2-2, 2-3?
2-2. Oh, well, you're playing the league leading scorer this week, so that sucks.
Yeah, and I was doing really well up until Friday. And then Friday night, my whole team just decided to suck. Anthony Davis, I think, had 17 fantasy points, which is like every game he's had over 35 fantasy points. I mean, I guess I can allow him to have one bad game every now and then, but just sucks.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Person who's been solid for me is Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
His last 6 games, these are fantasy points: 34, 41, 21, 31, 38, 23.
Heck yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox has been one of my best players as well. He didn't start out the season that great, but he's been on a roll here lately, so that's been nice to see. But I'm just letting you
Um,
guys, as we talked about, I'm just letting you guys get a nice lead, and then I'm gonna come storming back.
yeah, I mean, it's you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right, exactly. First year back in the league, I want you guys to think that you know what you're doing, obviously, and then when crunch time gets here, uh, we'll make a comeback. We'll make a push.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my team, and if I would have drafted better in the first round, my team would easily be the best team in the league.
Yeah, easy to say that
Halliburton,
now, though.
Halliburton is hurting me.
He'll come around. I think he will end up having a good season, fantasy wise. Um, I think he'll get there, but just got to give it some time. He'll get back in that rhythm.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too is mental at this point. I know he's dealing with back spasms, but you can tell like how down he is on himself, and like as a
Yeah.
basketball player, that's half that shit is fucking confidence, especially when
Yeah,
you're that good.
absolutely. No doubt. Um, all right, let's move on to football. My Panthers did exactly what I wanted them to do. They played good. We lost 30 to 27 against the Chiefs, um, which is exactly what I want. I want to see some good games. I want them to be competitive, but I want them to lose.
It was I watched a little bit of that game. Uh what is Sanders' first name?
Miles Sanders or the
No, it
tight end?
wasn't Sanders.
The tight end number 0.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not going to pronounce it because it's going to be completely wrong. But he's like a new tight end. I think he's from Texas. He's a rookie.
The one who like landed on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Yeah, I actually didn't watch the game. I just had kind of a lot of stuff going on. But I was happy with the outcome for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs are pretenders, honestly, this year.
They have no O-line. Like they're gonna struggle, I think, in the playoffs against if obviously they're gonna make the playoffs, but when they start facing those real defenses, they're having some issues at the tackle position. Um, and that's gonna show because Mahomes is, Superman, but he's got to be protected.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna want to protect your $500 million or whatever investment, whatever kind of contract you got. I know it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, you got to, but you really can't make those adjustments in season. Like if your tackles are shit in season, you're not gonna just go pick up a free agent.
And it's
And
probably hard for them to afford, like, I don't know what their salary cap is, but I mean, they paid him a fuck ton of money.
yeah, no doubt. They probably don't have tons of wiggle room, but I don't know. I just don't know. But let's talk about those Jets.
Even on a bye week, they managed to ruin my fucking week, man.
Yeah, so it looks
They
like they're gonna.
they
Yeah, go ahead.
we're, we're in full tank mode. We're in full tank mode. They fired our GM, Joe Douglas. And as far as from a winning, standpoint, you can't really argue with the firing because we haven't won anything. But he's been better than a lot of GMs in the past, especially as far as drafting is concerned. I'm just going to read you off a couple of names of guys he's drafted. Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, Brees Hall, Elijah Vera Tucker. He's our guard. He's one of our offensive guards. Michael Carter the second, cornerback, and Will McDonald. And that's in the past 3 years.
Yeah, all pretty good players.
And granted, there's been some misses. Zach Wilson,
Yes.
Mekhi Becton, giant offensive lineman. He's with the Eagles now. There's been some misses, no doubt. The thing I'm looking at is calling Michael Carter, the running back from Carolina, a miss,
Yeah.
which I disagree with him as a miss. Drafted in the fourth round in a crowded running back room, and he was essentially a third down back who had good games for us. So I wouldn't call that a miss. But what can you do? Fired him. There's talks about us cutting Rodgers possibly mid-season or putting him on the IR. I just am at a complete loss for words with this whole situation. It is fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to the Daniel Jones situation. Like, obviously, Rodgers is not going to come back and play for the Jets. And I don't know if his contract he's just on a 1 year, right?
Yeah, well, initially we signed him to a 2 year
Yeah.
because
Okay.
of
Right, right,
the
right.
first year with the Achilles. And it 70 million guaranteed, 74 million guaranteed. So what the
Yeah,
fuck is the point in cutting him? Make him sit there.
yeah, make him come out to practice. Make him do what Daniel Jones did. Get on the scout team. Play scout team safety.
What a joke. The fucking Giants are a joke organization too. I don't I don't understand the decisions these guys make. I
Yeah, I
really
mean,
don't.
if it was me, I'd just be like, hey man, get out of here, because at this point he's just gonna be a cancer. Um, I would probably either cut him, place him in the IR, or do whatever you got to do to get him out of the organization, because he's just gonna bring bad vibes to the locker room. He's gonna be a sign of like this season, um, just hanging around the organization, and I think you want to get rid of that as soon as possible so you can obviously, start working towards next season, because this season's a wash.
The thing that has, piqued my interest is Rex Ryan really wants to come back to coach.
Interesting.
And and I loved when he was the coach of the Jets. That's the last time we were good.
Yeah. Rex
I mean,
Ryan, so he's doing his like analyst thing right now, and he
yeah,
has the whitest teeth I've ever seen.
the motherfucker got paid, bro.
He got paid and he got them some fake teeth. Hey, do what you got to do, but those are some white teeth.
He has given some very passionate segments about what he would do as the Jets coach. And you know what? Let's run that shit back.
Run it back. I like it. Run it back. For fantasy, I definitely lost my work league. I'll move to 6-6. And then I'm close in my money league right now, so I'll either be 10-2 or 9-3. I'm playing the person in the league that's undefeated. So we're in kind of like a nice little battle. It's probably going to come down to the wire. I need to check it, but we'll see. That'd be a big win for me, obviously, because it's against the number one team. But I'm looking all right.
I'm so my worst team ever is now 5-6, and I have a 97% chance to win this week.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting. And then in my dynasty league, I'm also 5-6, and I have a 65% chance to win. I'm playing Drew in that, but he's up by 20 right now. So I always get a little weary when I'm like projected to win, but I'm still down by 20 points.
Yeah, it is a weird thing to look at.
Jettas and Joe Mixon sold on me today. Jettas only got me 5 fucking points.
Oh, that's the worst.
Um, but I had to start Brandon Allen, uh, San Francisco's backup quarterback because Brock Purdy's out.
Yeah,
He only got me fucking 11 and a half points.
yeah, that's brutal. I've been I in my uh money league, I have Sam Laporta, who I drafted as
Oh,
my number one tight end, and he's been just playing like dog shit all season. So I really haven't even been starting him. I've been starting the Dalton Kincaid guy. But he's out and they're on a bye week this week. So I started Sam Laporta, and of course he played very underwhelming again.
that team just has too many weapons.
Yeah, and they're just they move the ball around the field. They do a little bit of everything. Um, who I wish I started, who I didn't start, is Bucky Irving went kind of crazy.
I'm gonna keep it creamy with you. I don't even know what that is.
He's a running back. He played at Oregon, I think, and he's on the Bucks, and he's been having a pretty solid year. I picked him up probably like the second week of the season, and he's been playing good. He's been like a consistent person on my bench, um, that I just haven't really started that much. But
It's
yeah, he got 27.1 today, 87 yards and a touchdown. And they beat the Giants, obviously. But
fuck the Giants, dude.
fuck the
Did DeVito
Giants.
play good? Oh, he only not really.
Yeah, I mean, the Giants kind of suck. I have Malik Neighbors who got me 12.4, 6 catches for 64 yards. But, um, you know, You're asking him to do a lot with not a lot. I know he's kind of like a sensation kind of guy, but
He's just fucking Italian.
yeah, that's it. That's all he's got going for him.
He like was not that good at Syracuse.
Oh, I didn't realize he went to Syracuse.
Yeah, like he was just a running quarterback.
Interesting. Wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, I mean, he was okay. Like I vividly remember when he was at Syracuse. I think he was there for 3 years, and then uh had 1 year where he started, and then he transferred to another school,
Okay.
if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna talk a little bit about college football, but both our teams sold on us. So
No, I won college football.
Syracuse came back and won.
We beat UConn, yeah.
They were down like 17-7, I think, towards the end of the game.
I am. Yeah, we won 31 to 24. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, came storming back. Carolina shit the bed like hard. We played Boston College, and we just the from the very first drive we weren't in the game. I don't know what it was. I don't know if we thought we were going to come in there and just roll over them. Boston College is a solid team, um,
Yeah, they
and
beat
we
us.
we just sucked. Like all aspects of the game, we just sucked.
It fucking they're one of those teams, dude. They're just fucking annoying.
Yeah, and it was in Boston College, and they're just it's a hard place to play. It was cold, um, and we just sucked all around.
I'm gonna give a couple shout outs. Kyle McCord, 470 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Damn,
They just let that guy fucking throw 47 attempts. They just let him go out there and fucking throw.
just sling that shit.
LaKent Allen, only 58 yards, 1 touchdown, 2.9 yards a carry. So they held him in check. Oronde Gadsden II, 11 catches for 103 yards.
Okay, all right, I see.
Daryl Gill Jr., 9 catches, 177 yards.
Yeah, I mean, when you throw for 470 yards, your receivers have to go crazy.
We had 3 receivers. Other receiver Jackson Meeks with 110. 3 receivers over 100 yards,
I'll
which
tell
is
you
kind
what,
of wild.
if you're going to run that offense and be competitive, you're going to end up getting receivers in the transfer portal that are good because they want the ball. And like, if you're just going to go out there and sling it, like, people are going to want to go play there because there's probably good receivers that play at places like Georgia Tech and like places that run the ball like crazy. Then they feel like they need the ball more. They're going to end up transferring, or you're going to get some recruits, and that's how you draw those big time receivers to your school. Is it
I hope so.
sustainable? Truthfully, I think you have to have a good running game to be competitive in college football. So I don't know, but you need players. I do know that.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, I don't know if we necessarily have a good running game or if our running back is just good.
Yeah, I
But,
mean,
I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, it's double-edged sword. There could be a bit of both.
I do feel like he's more of a receiving back than a running back.
He is. I mean, he's still got, 820 yards, 4.3 yards carry, 12 touchdowns on the ground.
Yeah, and I mean, passing out of the backfield can be an aspect of the run game.
Yeah.
So
Because he's got, this stuff I just said, and then you add 55 catches, 420 yards, 7 yards per catch.
yeah,
So, you have a guy like that, it's just like a multi-tool weapon out of the backfield. It's gonna be good.
nice. All right, let's jump into some random questions. I'll go first. So Jameis Winston, is Jameis all an act?
No,
You think that's just organic?
you can't be that funny. Like, uh, like that can't be manufactured.
You don't
He's
think there's
probably the funniest guy I've ever seen. Like he it the when he was mic'd up in the game and he's like, damn, one of y'all jump off sides. I'm like, this guy is fucking awesome.
Yeah, just I think, at first I don't think it was an act. I think there is just the Jameis isms that he says the random stuff. But like at a certain point, I think he's like, okay, what am I gonna say in the pregame today to like get some media attention?
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I could see that.
I mean, because that for a little bit, that's his whole thing. You know what I mean? He wasn't playing. He just had his funny Jameis moments. Being like the motivator guy, eating W's, saying just off the wall stuff. My favorite story, obviously, the whole eating the W thing. You know, we're eating W's, and he like eats the W that he makes with his hands. You know what I'm talking about?
Hmm.
So he does that, and he sticks basically his whole fist in his mouth,
Nice.
and then he tries to like dap up one of his teammates. You can kind of just like see the dude's face. It's like you're not about to. You just stuck your whole hand in your mouth, dude.
Uh, what a good time.
Oh, fucking famous Jameis.
I do want to retcon something I said earlier about Tommy DeVito at Syracuse. He went to Syracuse for 5 years. Uh, one of them was a redshirt, and I guess he got another COVID year, transferred to Illinois. He was not a running quarterback. I'm getting him mixed up with Garrett Schrader. Um, he only had really one starting year at Syracuse, 2019, and then he was the starter at Illinois. So, but also wasn't that good at Syracuse. That was true.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. He's in the NFL. He's getting paid,
Yeah, I
and
love to see an Italian. I love to see an Italian going up. You know,
he's kind of a legend. Like, let's be real. He's like kind of an icon.
not that great, works hard, undrafted, busts his ass, is the new franchise quarterback. He's from New Jersey.
Let's be real. He's not the franchise quarterback.
That franchise is fucking stupid. He's a franchise quarterback, dude.
He's not. He might stay with the Giants forever just because, the fans love him, but he's not the franchise quarterback.
I mean, he's in my heart. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets picked him up in the offseason.
He's not going anywhere. No way the Giants let him go. If they do, they're idiots.
Oh yeah, he's getting people in the stands.
He's getting people in the stands. They're talking about him. Any publicity is good publicity. And honestly, he comes in as a backup, but he's not that bad as a backup.
No, I
Given
don't think so.
they got shellacked by the Bucks today, but they
I mean,
also have no
you're gonna
weapons
want a
with
guy
him.
like that. He's probably a good locker room guy, good work ethic guy to have.
Yeah, right, exactly. Um, Now do the Giants, you know, tank obviously, which is not going to be hard because they're probably just not going to win another game, and go Shadur with the number one pick, and then get Dion.
Sanders in New York would be dangerous.
Truthfully, I
That
don't
would
think
be.
Shadur Sanders is that good. Um,
He's an athlete though.
Kinda.
He can sling it.
He can sling it. He can sling it a little bit. They do have elite weapons. Colorado has like elite wide receivers. Those dudes are 5 stars. Like they're good wide receivers. And he's unimpressive in the running game. He really doesn't have to, but I think he's fairly unimpressive as an athlete.
Well,
Well, I mean, I'm saying that obviously he's an impressive athlete, but like compared to other running quarterbacks, I just
oh, he's a gunslinger.
yeah,
Oh, fuck. I just stepped on something sharp.
nice.
Did you see that hit he took from that kid at Kansas?
Yeah, that was BS.
That was dirty.
That was about the dirtiest hit I've seen. I mean, it was a dirty hit even if he still had the ball, but the ball was way gone.
Did he get ejected?
He had to have. I didn't actually see, but there's no way that dude stayed in the game. That was as blatant of a dirty hit as I've seen in a while.
Well, especially in the big, I mean, this is huge quarterback protection era we're in right now. So I would imagine.
Yeah, he had to get ejected. For one, that's an illegal hit because you can't just dive at their knees anymore. because of, like you said, the quarterback protection area. And I get it, you're asking them to do a lot and like where they can hit the quarterback, but like that was dirty. And he's lucky he didn't have like a broken leg.
Yeah, that would be fucked up.
It would be. It would be
All
fucked up,
right.
that's for sure.
My turn. Do you have a song you like, but you always mess up the lyrics when you sing it?
Probably most songs. Um, Not one is really jumping out to me, but I feel like most of the songs that I sing in the car I ended up just like messing up the order of the verses or the phrases or whatever they are. Um, I was not destined to be a rapper or an artist or any kind of singer.
Yeah, you're definitely not a singer.
Yeah, I don't got those pipes.
The song that I think of like that I always mess up is the 10 Crack Commandments. I never get that one right. Biggie.
Okay.
I always fuck that one up.
I feel like we go out to the bar, Juicy is your song. If Juicy plays, you're gonna try and rap the whole verse.
Not try.
I feel like you do probably fuck up the words and you just like kind of try and
No,
play it off.
I never fuck up the words in that one.
All right, next time we go out to the CB, I'm gonna play it on the touch tunes and just intently watch you as you rap Juicy.
If you play any rap other than at the dive, there will probably be an uprising down there.
Yeah, just straight beach bums. The whole crowd in there is gonna try and who played this? Who played this? And then they're
Uh,
gonna see you just trying to rap every word.
Not trying, correctly rapping every
Uh,
word.
oh yeah. Okay. All right. Um, do you have a dream car?
Uh, 92 Fox Body Mustang. Been that way for a while.
I should have known that.
That
Would
was
you, do you ever think that you like get this car?
Nah, probably not.
It's just always gonna be like your
N-
dream car.
Not that it's like, I mean, you could like years ago I looked it up and you could get like one that runs for like $7,000. Like it's not like I don't it's not that I think I won't have the finances to get it. I just don't know if I'll ever be one of those guys who like works on his car
I feel that.
because I'd have to learn about cars. I
Yes.
feel like I feel like not that this is true, but I feel like that time has passed for me.
Not necessarily. I think like the older you get, the more time for one you have to do those things. And a lot of that stuff I'm sure is self-taught, especially with like YouTube these days, you can kind of learn how to do anything to a car.
Yeah, like if I ever get a house that has a garage, like a two-car garage,
Yeah.
chances of that go up.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I
where
think
we're at now, we have three cars now, and
right.
I got to get rid of one of them.
You can't really work on a car in the driveway. It's just not really how it works. But I think if I don't have necessarily like a dream car, like some luxury car I would drive every day, but I think like it would be cool to have an old square body Chevy truck. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I like the square body older trucks.
Yeah, like those like old square body Chevys, I think would be a cool truck to have. And obviously, same thing. I'm not one of those dudes that just goes out and works on their car all the time. I would have to probably learn a lot of stuff, but I think it would be fun to have like a project truck, something that's old, something that you only really drive when it's nice outside, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Um, my last question. Do you have a strategy that you use for Wordle, like every day? Or you just kind of,
Yeah, so I do have a strategy. I'm still bouncing around with my first word. Um, but I try and get the first word with as many vowels in it as I can. So e- either I and a E or A and a O or whatever it may be, but I try and have as many vowels as I can. Um, and usually like I because generally every word's gonna have at least one vowel in it. Um, so like the words that I've kind of been going with my first picks are I do ocean, because I feel like it has some common letters, things that are used in a lot of different words, and then sometimes I'll do tides. I don't know why it's like water themed, but ocean and tides are usually my go-to.
That's interesting. They're both like wave related.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought about that right now, but those are two of the words that I usually use as my first one. Um, I have a buddy at work that does Wordle too, and his first word is always penis.
Okay. It's kind of similar to my first word. My first word is always cream.
Nice. Cream's a good word though. Has
Yeah,
common
not,
letters.
not because it's related to penis, just because I get the E and the A right there in the middle.
The E and the A and the C and the R, they're good words that are good letters that are in a lot of words.
Yeah. I also have a strategy that I use where I like even if I know a letter is not in it, I'll sacrifice it again, try and find, placement for other letters.
Yeah, I do that sometimes as well, but I try not to do that because obviously it's just like this word is not going to be it. There's no chance that it can be.
Yeah.
Um, so I try not to do that, but sometimes you kind of have to. Sometimes you're stumped, especially if it's like your third guess and you have one letter in your first two guesses and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, I do that almost every time. Like if I've only got like two yellows or something,
Yeah,
I'll I'll start sacrificing.
yeah. Okay, I feel you. I like Wordle. I do it in the mornings and I think it kind of like activates your brain a little bit, to be honest.
There's also another one that me and Marissa do called Framed.
Huh.
I don't know if you've done that. It's basically Wordle but with movies. And it's like a picture, and then you guess what movie it is. If you get it wrong, it'll show another picture, and it gets easier like with each picture.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I got it on the first guess the other day.
Did they have to shotgun a beer?
Who was they?
The
The
New York
website
Times.
framed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send them an email and be like, hey, I got this on the first guess. So you like by law, you have to shotgun a beer.
Yeah, just when at your earliest convenience, please email me a video of you shotgunning a beer.
Yeah, good stuff. Um, for those of you who don't know Wordle, uh, it's like a almost like a crossword style puzzle. They're five-letter words. You get six guesses, I believe. It's six, right?
Yes, six. Yeah. Yep.
Six guesses. So it's a new word each day, and the first guess you have no hints, and it tells you the letters that you get right and the letters. So like if I say ocean and there's an E in the word, but it's not that second letter, it's gonna pop up yellow. So I know there's a E in the word, but it's not in that correct place. And if for some reason there's an E in the word and it is in that location, then it'll pop up green. So I know that the E is the second letter. And then you just kind of base your guesses off that and ultimately work down and try to find the word of the day. Some are harder than others. Some are pretty easy. Some you get in like three tries. Sometimes you don't get it. And it's just one of those things.
The double letters always fuck me up.
Double letters are hard. I wish there was another color that
That's
would say,
I said that to Marissa earlier. Like it just lets you know that there's two.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. Like today's word was what, twist or something?
Twist. Yep.
And I was stuck on like, what the heck could this last letter be? And I was like, oh, let's just try it. And then ended up getting it. But okay, well, let's move to Pat's peeves. My Pat's peeve of the week is so I had this appointment for this dermatology thing, right? For them to look at this freckle on my back. And, I had to get a referral and they scheduled me an appointment. And on the appointment, when I called, they said, please get there 30 minutes early. I'm like, okay, maybe it's Friday. They're trying to squeeze me in, whatever. Appointment's at 3. I get there at 2:30. And really, I got there at probably like 2:20 because I'm going to be 10 minutes early to my appointment time. And I get there and check in. This is when the guy told me I had a black name. Um, and I sit there for 40 minutes until my appointment at 3. And I'm like, why did you tell me to get here 30 minutes early when I'm not going to get seen early at all?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Like,
They always do that shit. Every doctor I've ever been to.
like if I had to fill out some kind of form, I get why you'd want me to be there early. You got to go through, you got to fill the paperwork before you get seen or whatever. But I didn't have to do any of that. I literally just checked in and I sat there and waited for 30 minutes.
Typical BS.
Like, you can't tell me, hey, just try and get there 10 minutes early if you can. But 30 is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Especially if they're not going to be ready for you at
Exactly. It was annoying.
yeah, yeah, that's whack.
Super whack.
My pet peeve.
Pats.
Who the hell's pet? I don't know what happened right there. My Pat's peeve is nothing. I had a good week.
You had a good week. Okay, I like to hear that.
No Pat's peeves for me.
That's a good week. If there's nothing that gave you the Pat's peeve, you
Yeah,
know,
nothing really annoyed me.
I'm sure there was something at the bar Saturday night that annoyed you, but you know, sure somebody stood too close to you or something.
The taste of my mouth when I woke up because I smoked a cigarette. That was annoying.
And nice, nice. I bet that thing was good though.
Oh yeah.
Menthol.
No.
Oh,
Cowboy killer.
nice. Austin's. Well, the kids.
It wasn't his, it was Nick's. So actually it
Okay.
wasn't, it was the whatever the gold ones are.
Oh, the Marlboro Golds.
Yeah.
I don't think those have a fancy nickname.
All right, you want to kill this shit?
Yeah, let's kill it. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun.
Truer words have never been spoken.